Hola amigos, hello friends, my name is Denis Lifentsev and this channel is about cross-cultural communication. In different videos we discuss specific national communication styles, and today I want to tell you about Colombian style of communication. In our globalized world, you might easily meet a colleague from Colombia in your office in New York, London or Paris. But I hope you are watching this video preparing for a trip to this amazing country. To understand better how to communicate with Colombians successfully, I've asked several questions to my colleague Andres. Andres is an associate professor of international business in the University of Medellin. He is an active participant of numerous international projects such as Globe 2020 and X Culture. Andres, my traditional first question. How would you describe Colombians in 3 words?
3 words to describe Colombians definitely would be passionate, friendly, and perseverant. You will find that we are very, very passionate, overly friendly, trying to make you feel very comfortable, making you or wanting you to try all kinds of things, make you feel very comfortable or, happy. And we also expect a lot of feedback from this. And perseverant, we've had, it's a country that has a lot of, tough history, and we just kind of keep moving, and you see people work very hard.
How would you describe Colombian style of communication?
Colombia is definitely a very high context culture, and we use a lot of nonverbal cues. So we are not that direct with our spoken or written messages. We rely a lot on, context, and if you're meeting in person, you will see that we use our hands a lot, and especially our faces. We smile a lot. We can have entire conversations without speaking amongst Colombians, which is funny. We point with our mouths. We ask questions with our faces also, like this. There are so many little cues that you can look it up. There's even videos on YouTube about how we use our hands and faces to say things. So a lot of foreigners are usually confused, even though they speak Spanish or whatever. Sometimes they feel lost in translation because there's something else going on in a meeting or conversation with Colombians that they really don't get. And it's really hidden in those cues. We like to hug, kiss, grab, sometimes you shake hands, you're closer. Sometimes we even grab the arm, with the other to kind of give it like a extra, boost to that, greeting. Tap shoulders a lot. Colombians tend to be very warm and expect some, degree of physical contact.
What topics would you recommend for a small talk with our Colombian partners?
Definitely, we love soccer. We call it football. We're very proud of our, national team. So it's always a good icebreaker. And you can always bring, to the conversation that a little bit about famous soccer players like El Pibe, Higuita, from the past. And people will be very happy to hear. You can also talk about contemporary players that are very famous, like James, and we also, a lot of people follow European leagues, so you're comfortable with European leagues. We can, talk about it. Cycling, we're very proud of it, Tour de France and all these, we follow it. We have very good cyclists. Also, I guess safe to talk about, that world famous celebrities like Shakira, that Sofia Vergara is the highest paid actress in Hollywood. And we're super proud of Gabriel Garcia Marquez, our Nobel Prize winner, literature, and his books and his style of writing, So if you've read, maybe you possibly have read 100 Years of Solitude, definitely talk about it. People will be happy. Also ask, questions about the country, the mountains, coffee. We're like on a mission to make people have a great impression about Colombia. Not just a good one, but super, great. So also anything that, leaves a good impression, like If they offer food, you can basically just say, this is the best fish I've ever had. Like if you exaggerate about, praising, people were just very, very happy. I know this applies to most of the places in the world. Everybody wants to, be praised. But we really, 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 care. And people talk like when there is a foreigner, a visitor, and they leave, they say, I didn't like this person because that person wasn't that enthusiastic. It wasn't smiling too much. Just be like an enthusiastic, person and try things, and we're gonna offer you a lot of things. And basically it is that, we are a very relationship-oriented culture, and we expect a lot of positive feedback.
What topics we should avoid in conversation with our Colombian friends?
The typical from all the countries applies here. It's better to stay away from politics and religion, but definitely avoid talking about mafia, drugs, cocaine, drug cartels, Pablo Escobar, Narcos, the Netflix show, the FARC. We know this existed. It was a bad period of our time, of our history, and we're trying to, wash it away and show the positive things about Colombia. I mean, we had a very difficult time. So people live outside, there is a stereotype about this thing. It was like this. It was pretty tough, 80s, 90s, but things are improving, and they're way better.
What funny local words would you recommend to make our Colombian friends smile?
Parcero, bacano, these are parcero is buddy, and bacano is cool, but it's a very local. So if a foreigner all of a sudden says that, oh, this is very bacano, this, people smile, I guess. It's funny. But again, in general, any word in Spanish or expression that you say with an accent, we love it. We think it's very funny, and we smile. So try to use words in Spanish where you have to roll the R's a lot, because we think that foreigners cannot do it. So you can say perro, there's a lot of words. And, anything like saying buenas tardes, buenos días, hola, ¿cómo estás? Hasta luego, gracias, muchas gracias. All these we appreciate, they make us smile, like in any other country, I guess, when you greet in their language or you say thank you in their language, people are just happy, and it brings a smile to their faces.
Gracias, Andres. Thank you very much, and thank you guys for watching my channel. Don't forget to share this video with friends, and don't forget to click subscribe and watch other interesting videos at my channel. Stay tuned. Bye.